Thanks to GenderAction, we have succeeded in advancing gender equality on the National Research and Innovation Agenda in the EU member states and associated countries. We have initiated, framed and participated in policy developments at national level, while also learning from each other. Let's take a closer look at how GenderAction has helped to advance gender equality goals in each country. GenderAction has developed convincing arguments for gender equality.
In the Czech Republic, we have been effective and successful in negotiations with national authorities by presenting convincing arguments and analysis for gender equality. GenderAction results are now quoted in the two most important Czech policies, on research, innovation and development, and on equality. In Sweden, GenderAction policy briefs have been vital in engaging national stakeholders in developing gender perspectives in terms of responsible research and innovation. In Austria, the assessment criteria and monitoring framework that was developed in GenderAction have made it possible to reflect on progress and identify further areas that need action. In many partner countries, GenderAction documents have informed the national positions on the new framework programme, Horizon Europe.
GenderAction has supported policy developments at the national level. In Austria, GenderAction has helped to fine-tune gender equality targets for public universities and two major research institutions. In Poland and Cyprus, it has contributed to strengthening the role played by research funding organisations in developing a high-quality research and innovation system with gender equality and fairness at the core of institutional policies for grant calls. In the Czech Republic, guidelines were developed for gender equality in research funding organisations, and GenderAction outputs were integrated into everyday advocacy. In Malta and Cyprus, GenderAction has helped to introduce gender equality considerations in the Research and Innovation Funding Programme, and generated policy discussion on the effective design of gender equality plans. In Spain, GenderAction's analysis of the national action plans has helped to support and follow up on objectives included in the Spanish National Action Plan.
GenderAction has contributed to raising awareness and deepening knowledge. In Spain, Slovenia, Slovakia and Cyprus, GenderAction policy briefs have significantly improved the understanding of gender equality in research and innovation, while initiating a much-needed national debate on the topic. In Greece, GenderAction has helped to raise awareness about gender in research and innovation, and it supplements the collection of statistical data. In Malta and Cyprus, GenderAction has helped to broaden individual and institutional knowledge on gender in research and innovation. In Germany, the contact point Women into EU Research, mandated by the Federal Ministry of Education and Research, has liaised with the scientific community and the NCP system, advising on the framework programme. Across the board, GenderAction has deepened the understanding of gender equality policies at the EU level, the practices of member states in the STI sector, and their gender equality mechanisms.
GenderAction has improved EU policy dialogue and coordination. Overall, GenderAction has provided access to developments at the EU level and the opportunity to be actively involved in the gender and research and innovation dialogue. In Sweden, it has brought attention to the need for a more active role for Sweden as a member state in developing notions of gender in Horizon Europe and the European Research Area. In Malta, Slovenia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, GenderAction has driven home the need for further improvement, whilst also raising an awareness of the variety of legislative and policy solutions across EU countries. In Spain, GenderAction has brought opportunities to strengthen the role of Spanish gender equality structures in research and innovation, as an advocate for advancing gender equality at the EU level.
GenderAction has increased professionalisation and capacity building. In Spain, Belgium, Austria and Poland, GenderAction has contributed to the further professionalisation of the work for gender equality at the ministry level by demonstrating examples of good practice within the GenderAction community of practice. In Malta, Poland and Cyprus, it has helped to identify and implement best practices based on examples of countries that are more advanced on gender equality. In Spain, the Gender Action material has been included in the gender equality training that is coordinated by the Ministry of Science and Innovation and has reached staff of the ministry and dependent organisations.
Gender Action has been vital for networking and mobilisation. Gender Action plays a very important role because it connects people in charge of gender equality across the EU. Many of Gender Action's outputs, especially the policy briefs and exchanges of good practice through webinars, trainings and mutual learning workshops, have nurtured policy design in Spain, Belgium, Austria, Poland, Slovenia, Malta and Cyprus, and have helped raise awareness of the actors in its research landscape. In Belgium, Slovenia and Cyprus, it has enabled the creation of networking ties through participation in joint events. In Germany, Poland and Greece, it has made it possible to strengthen a network of institutions working on gender issues involved in EU-funded projects.
In the Czech Republic, it has successfully mobilised the Czech gender community outside research and innovation to support gender equality in Horizon Europe consultations. In Malta, Gender Action was key to mobilising efforts across many institutions and to synergising the various initiatives taken on an institutional level, but also across ministries, NGOs and other stakeholders. In Spain, the policy briefs were key drivers for mobilising the gender and science community, and particularly national women scientists organisations, during the Horizon Europe consultations.
As policymakers, we have the responsibility to develop framework conditions that allow all researchers to prosper and thrive. By sharing, learning from each other and mobilising within and across borders, Gender Action has created a vivid policy community of practice that has made a real impact. We look forward to working together in the new European research area.